Hello, my dear friend. Concerning 2026 and beyond, I really want to remind you that promises don't fulfill themselves. Men fulfill promises, including the negative ones. There are things that you have to do in order to activate the fulfillment of a promise that God has made unto you. So it's not enough for you to have received a promise from the Lord at the beginning of this year. There are things you need to do in order to receive the manifestations of those promises. There are two levels of receiving when it comes to receiving from God. The first is the receiving of the promise, and the second is the receiving of the manifestation of the promise. A lot of people have received the promise by faith, but they didn't know that they have a responsibility to process the promise that they have received by faith, even by faith, so that they can receive the manifestation. We are meant to go from faith to faith. There is a dimension of faith that you use to receive the promise, and there is another dimension of faith that you use to process the promise into manifestation. A lot of people are stuck in between. That's why it seems as though God has made promises to them in different areas of their lives and at different times, and it seemed as though those promises, they failed. The word of God does not have the capacity to fail, but humans have the capacity to fail at their own duty. In 2026 and beyond, I don't want you to fail at your duty. I want you to be dutiful in processing the promises of God by faith. You can only inherit the promises by faith. You can't receive a promise by faith and begin to live in unbelief and expect to inherit the manifestation of the promises. So this year, more than ever before, I want you to go back to the school of faith, master the principles, the fundamentals of faith. It's by those fundamentals and principles that you will be able to process your promises into manifestations. And at the end of the year, you count your blessings and you will lose count. God bless you really good. Shalom.